Dear Dad, I'm sorry to have to disappoint you, but I don't think I'm going to accept your offer. Since I've been in the city for so long, I've kind of outgrown Hargrave. Dear Dad, now that Gail is married, there isn't much left for me. I'm sorry to have to disappoint you. I want to move on now that I'm graduating. I've kind of outgrown Hargrave. I'd like to work here in this city. I'm sorry to have to disappoint you. I don't think I'm going to accept your offer. I want to move on. Dear Dad.
But as to the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need to have anything written to you. For you yourselves know well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. When people say there is peace and security, then sudden destruction will come upon them as travail comes upon a woman with child, and there will be no escape.
So you boys take care now.
Nice to see you, Lloyd.
Do you want to go over and say hello?
No.
Well, let's go home then.
Hello, Gail. Congratulations on your wedding.
Come on in, Fred.
Give my best to Dan.
Gail, who was that?
Mr. Herschel's son,
What's his name?
Frederick Amos.
This is so much more complicated than I remember.
Well, it's the price we pay for expansion. All these machines are making things so much easier, but the business we've picked up, well, that's more red tape. It all works out in the end, though. You'll catch on without any trouble at all.
Maybe my education will be good for something after all.
Fred, you really don't have to move out of the house. I'd like very much to have you stay.
I don't know, Dad. It just seems like it's time to cut the apron strings, do something for myself.
You make yourself sound so old, and you make me feel ancient. Really, there's no need for you to go. It's been so lonely around that house since your mother's gone. It'd be really nice to have someone around for a while.
I don't know, Dad.
Well, we'll talk about it later at home. Meantime, I've got something for you.
Please, you've given me enough already.
No, hold on. It's just a little something that I found the other day.
Thanks.
What are you reading?
Tom Sawyer?
Again? How often are you going to read that?
I like it.
Oh, you would.
How's Billy?
Asleep.
What are you reading?
What to see in New York City? I can dream, can't I?
I've got to get to sleep or I won't wake up for my ride.
Dan, I can't work at the bank anymore.
I can't work at the department store anymore. Okay. Why not?
Well, by the time I pay the babysitter, there's hardly anything left. Aren't you due for a raise soon?
Does this by any chance have anything to do with the return of young Mr. Herschel?
Please, Dan.
Oh well. I never meant for you to work anyway.
I know.
Hi, Barbara. Can I join you?
Yes, please.
I don't usually eat out here, but I've been getting so claustrophobic in the bank.
I eat out here a lot of the time. You know, Mr. Herschel, this is the first time you've spoken to me in 2 weeks.
Please don't call me Mr. Herschel, Barbara. I'm not that much older than you.
All right, Fred.
So where are you from? I don't remember you from school.
No, I'm from New York City.
Really? Mom always wanted to move there, but Dad didn't want to leave old Hargrave. I guess opposites attract, huh?
I guess so.
So what brought you here, besides our little bank?
Oh, I'm living with my grandfather.
You left New York City to come live here with your grandfather?
Well, he needs someone to take after him in the house. He's in a wheelchair, and he has a little trouble getting around. Besides, I kind of like it here.
In Hargrave?
I know it's slow here, but in the city I feel like, well, the important thing is the city, with all these people inside of it. But here, it's the people, with the town around them. Hargrave is like this big blanket I can crawl under.
That's exactly what it is, a great big blanket.
Billy, what are you doing up so early?
I had breakfast with Dad before he went to work. I'm going to do Mr. Herschel's lawn now.
Hey, haven't you forgotten something? Be a good boy. Don't work too hard. You're only young once.
Billy! Would you like something to drink?
Okay.
It's hot out today. Summer's really hanging on this year. It'd be a nice time to take a trip. Did you and your family ever do any traveling?
No, but my mom and Dad are going to take me camping sometime.
Camping? Well, that'd be a nice family trip. My dad used to take me hunting. He never traveled much, but he sure liked hunting. Back when he lived here, there was this great big deer head hanging on the wall.
Where does he live now?
He passed away. What do you do with your spare time, Billy, when you're not mowing my lawn?
Sometimes I play baseball or I watch TV at my friend's house.
You've got to be going back to school soon, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Have a drink. It'll give you courage. Have you ever tried collecting anything? Stamps or coins?
My dad used to. I saw some old coins of his in his room.
We used to be big rivals at coin collecting. Everything else, too. His collection must be getting pretty valuable by now. I'll tell you what, Billy. Let me give you something to start a collection with. It's a much better way to spend your time than watching TV. I think I've got something you'll like.
Thank you.
Got a call from Dan Carr today.
Hmm?
He wants to meet you at the bank tomorrow. Said it's some business matter.
Uh-oh.
He wouldn't get any more specific about it, but I told him I was sure he could see you. What'd you get?
Go to jail.
Mm-mm. Oh, I talked to their Billy today. He was going on and on and on about some trip he's taking with his parents. He's such a nice kid. I really enjoy talking to him. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why don't we just call it a night? I'm really tired.
Alone? Yes. To open up a business here in town? Yes. Well, what is it?
Ice cream.
Ice cream?
You know, an ice cream candy store, a soda fountain. Kids could come in on their way home from school. I could put it in that old brick building up the street. I talked to the owners all this morning. They said maybe $10,000.
I have to be honest with you, Dan. I don't think it's wise.
It would be just like when we were kids.
No, Dan. It'll never be that way again. Besides, that was a drugstore, and even that closed.
Fred, I think this can work.
I don't think so, Dan. And I'd be irresponsible if I let our friendship get in the way of good, solid banking, especially with the number of loans you have out now. You're a young man, Danny, and smart, too. Why don't you do something worthy of yourself? You don't have to stay in that department store.
I know that. I don't want to stay there. I can't stand it. I'm sick of pretending I like these stupid customers and the stupid merchandise. If I see one more pinstripe suit, I want to serve people who want what I'm selling. Fred, you can help me, please.
We are not in the business of helping people destroy themselves and their families, Dan. What about Gail? Maybe she'd like to come back to work here. You could ask her.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Herschel.
Billy?
What are you doing home so early?
Where's Billy? Isn't school out yet?
No, he'll be here. What about you?
I've been in town all day. I called in sick.
Sick?
I talked to Fred Herschel today at the bank.
Ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, you're sick, all right. Sick in the head.
What's the matter?
No, actually, I'm the one who's sick. Sick of this old house that we can't afford to keep.
I like this house. I grew up here.
Do you like anything, old Dan? Old houses, old clothes, old furniture? What about old women? Do you like old women, too? Because this one's getting old before her time. Ice cream. Grow up!
Billy,
What are you doing home early, Dad?
I just thought you might like to hit a few before you started your homework. Is that okay?
All right. Dad,
Yeah.
Are we still going camping sometime?
Sure.
When?
Soon.
Is Mom going too?
If she wants to.
Fred?
Hi, Barbara. I was just going through some things and I found these books. Are they yours? Yeah, I guess so. I've had them for at least 3 years. Oh, and I'm supposed to tell you that Billy can't mow your lawn, but I see it's already mowed.
Yeah, Billy called Fred earlier. Oh, you want to come in, have a cup of coffee?
Then you must know about the big camping trip this weekend. Barbara, did I come at a bad time?
Gail, how well did you know Fred in high school?
In Hargrave, everyone knows everyone well.
Were you seeing him?
Well, we dated a few times. Why do you ask?
Nothing.
Oh, what's wrong?
I just don't understand him anymore, I guess.
Is he acting strange?
Distant.
That's not strange. That's universal. Barbara, Fred's a busy man. He probably has a lot on his mind. Unlike Dan, the ice cream man.
Is there something wrong between Dan and you?
Wrong? How could there be? We've never met. He doesn't live in the present.
Do you love Dan?
I'm used to Dan.
Weren't you in love with him when you got married?
I was in love with him when we got married. I loved Fred once, too. Fred and I used to joke about escaping to the city to take Wall Street by storm. I always wondered why he never left. I guess you're the reason.
No. Oh, it's guilt. Remember when his father died?
In the car accident?
Yeah, well, he practically forced his father to take that trip. Why did you marry Dan?
Well, I couldn't afford to stay in college, so I came back to Hargrave, and there was Dan. Of course, he was going to be a department store mogul, but we both know how that turned out.
So you decided?
It was decided for me. I flipped the coin, it landed on tails. I got pregnant. But I got Billy out of it.
I suspect the reason Fred is so unhappy is because we have been unable to have any children.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know. We don't talk about it. I envy you.
Oh, Barbara, never mind the coffee. I really have to get back and help Dan and Billy pack for the big camping trip.
Well, this is Billy's first camping trip, isn't it?
Oh, yes, and he's so excited about it.
Well, it's likely to be chilly out tonight. I don't know how long this Indian summer is going to go on.
Look at you. Can I help you find something, Fred?
Why aren't you out of town?
Out of town? You mean you didn't come to ravish me and steal me away to the city?
You're not going to tell anyone, are you?
Tell anyone? What's to tell? I mean, after all, our house is your house, isn't it?
I'll ruin you if you speak a word of this to anybody.
Ruin us? Somebody already beat you to it.
Why aren't you out camping with Dan and Billy?
Oh, that. Well, I guess I'm just a city girl at heart, Fred. Besides, I'm getting ready to take a trip of my own. I'm leaving Dan. I'm getting out while I'm still young. And you know what I'm going to do tomorrow and the next day and the day after that?
No.
Neither do I. And that's the best part. So, there'll be a job opening up here. Can you cook, Fred? Congratulations, you're an honorary sister. What are you really here for, Fred?
Barbara, a man can be really blind sometimes. He plays his problems over and over in his head until he forgets there's a very big world out there outside of all of that. It can make him do some pretty stupid things. You deserve to know where I've been.
Don't, Fred, please. You know, Fred, we've both been getting old very fast, but neither one of us has grown up.
Do you want someone who's strict and authoritative? Someone who's gentle and witty?
Not particularly. What do you want?
I don't know.
Well, I guess confusion is a good starting point.
Yeah.